Hello, guys. Welcome to VJ for sports. Um, it's a good day, isn't it? Like we won against Zenith, though the result was quite close. We still made it out, and Romelu Lukaku with another special. There is a reason why we've got him for 97 million, and he's proving every penny worth of it. So amazing work from Chelsea to win that Zenith game, and we sit at this point in time at second, just behind Juventus since they won against Malmo 0-3. So that was a convincing victory for them with Alvaro Morata scoring a goal as well, former Chelsea striker. But then, anyways, we stand at the second spot. And let's not forget, we also have another game this time in the same month against Juventus. That's going to be a interesting game, and it's an important game as well because if we win that particular game, that puts us right on the top of the table in that particular group. I always believe in going into this, the second round, the knockout phase, round of 16, as group leaders. That will give you a lot of confidence when you get into the game. So, amazing job from Chelsea in winning this game. And let's get to the chat. Thank you, Almighty Blues, for joining in. Sri Hari, thank you for joining in as well, mate. Um, right. Hi, Vijay. Hi, Ankit. Nice of you to join in. So, the agenda that we had for today's live chat is more around just provide probably understanding the Zenith versus Chelsea game a bit more, and try and understand more as to how the strikers performed, or what was the reason why this particular game was a 0-1, a close encounter. So that is the basic idea of having the stream today. The stream is going to be very short, probably an half an hour stream, and we'll close it out within 30 minutes. We already have released a video on the player ratings as well in our channel, so you can go there and check out the player ratings as well. We've discussed a few aspects of the game in that rating as well. But then this live chat is an attempt to bring in folks into the call and then have their say as to how the game went and where they could have scored, or what actually went wrong, or what actually went right rather for Chelsea in this encounter against Zenit St. Petersburg. So Zenit, the Russian team who came into Stamford Bridge for this game, did not. Not just this team. No Russian team has actually won in Stamford Bridge before. So that's a good record we're still maintaining. So we've continued to maintain that as well this time. And there is one team that drew against us in our home, which is Spartak Moscow. But then in terms of victories, there has been no Russian team ever has won in Chelsea's Stamford Bridge before. So we've kept that record as well intact. Happy to hear that. So let's get into the details, guys. Let's get into the details and try and understand what really went on in the game. It was a late game for us. I was planning to get on to CSC chats and do a live stream as well with Danny there, but then for some reasons I was not feeling well yesterday, so I thought of taking a break. But yeah, I did follow the match later, and then I was able to get some of the stats as well out of the game. So um, let me get you the details, guys, before we start off talking about this game. But in the meantime, it's this is an open forum, so if at all you guys want to join in and have your say, the link is in the chat window now. You can go ahead and then call us directly at this number and have your say on the game as well. So the 11 that we went ahead for the Zenith game was Mendy at goal as usual, Aspilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, and Reece James in the back, along with the Jorginho and Kovacic in the double pivot, Alonso on the left wing back, Hakim Ziyech on the right wing, Mount as well, and then Lukaku. So that's the 11 that we played with. we've got five substitutions that we used. We brought in Thiago Silva, we brought in mm, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, we brought in Ben Chilwell as well. Kai Havertz was the first substitute in the 60th minute. I guess then four, right? But yeah, um, so we ensure that we completed this game with another clean sheet. This is the 23rd clean sheet for Thomas Tuchel out of close to 36 games that he's been in charge. So this is the highest number of clean sheet that any manager has kept in the top five leagues. Sorry, top five clubs in our league. So that's a wonderful achievement for Thomas Tuchel as well. Great guy, great manager, knows how to tackle the media, knows how to talk to the media as well. So amazing stuff from Thomas Tuchel as well in terms of the tactics that he deployed. Sergei Samak had a different idea actually for this game because he played slightly different from how Zenith are used to playing. He played with one striker. Usually they play with another one. Zubiak as well. He kind of plays in that striker role, but then they kind of, I wouldn't say defensive, but then they kind of wanted to dominate the midfield as such. So they went with 4-5-1, I believe, or 5-4-1. Let me get the details, guys. Kind of keep getting that. Meanwhile, shocking loss for Manchester United at the Young Boys Stadium. That was completely unexpected. When I checked the game score line, initially it said Cristiano Ronaldo scored, and then Manchester United was leading 1-0. So I thought, okay, fine, this game is going to go United's way. But I guess Young Boys had another ideas. So they ensured they finished this game with a victory, collecting 3 points. That is very important when you play against top side like Manchester United. So hats off to young boys who put relentless effort into that game and winning a last-minute goal so as to defeat Manchester United in their first, the opening encounter of the Champions League group stages. So apart from that small slip in terms of the bigger team slipping out, other results was quite expected. Juventus scoring against Malmo 3-0. One of the other games which was quite interesting was the Sevilla game where the score line. I mean, they had four penalties in just the first half itself, so that's kind of a record in Champions League. No team in the first 45 minutes have conceded four penalties. So um, that's hard, right? So that's from elsewhere. Love the United game. Ankit, did you get a chance to see that game? Had I known that these guys were going to lose, I would have definitely switched on and took a look at that. But then I kind of thought United would win that game, to be honest. But yeah, perfect. So there's one other interesting thing that happened yesterday in the game as well. Kovacic completed 101 successful pass out of 104 passes totally, which brings his success rate to 97.4 in that game. That's one of the highest success rate that Kovacic has had in a Champions League game. So good work from Kovacic. He did dribble past a lot of Zenith players. He did a great job in providing us that sort of an attacking threat in the midfield area. Jorginho literally um, worked the defense. When I say work the defense, he was directing the defensive play of Chelsea. He was actually telling our defenders where to pass and how to take the game forward. So that was amazing to watch, and that is why you have to have someone like Jorginho in your team with his experience and expertise in having a defense well managed. That brings a lot to the team. So we did not see Kante feature in this game. Hopefully he gets ready for the next game. against Tottenham. But then fingers crossed on that particular aspect of things, and let's not rush Kante into game time as well because he's very important throughout the season. So um, it's important to have him fit for the entire season. Yes, bro, watch the second half. All right, so you watched the important half. Obviously, the first half was 0-1 anyways towards, success towards United. But then the second half, everything, the tables turned. So you watched the right half, to be honest. That's the most exciting half then. So nice job. So we did enjoy a 66.3 percentage ball position compared to Zenith's 33.7. They started off with almost close to no ball position at all. They kind of improved through the game, and then they had a resolute defense, and they knew kind of what they were expecting out of the game. They also wanted, at some point they were thinking, it was as if Zenith was playing for a draw in the bridge, and then they were okay to take that 1 point back home. But then that's where Lukaku came into the equation. 69th minute, a wonderful header towards the left bottom corner, finishing it off in style, Aspilicueta's cross. Um, Beautiful goal from Romelu Lukaku put us on top, and then we ensured that we came out with a clean sheet. Another clean sheet for Eduardo Mendy, who is the goalkeeper, of the Champions League as well last season. He as well Equator as well as Jorginho were awarded with their own accomplishments, with Jorginho winning the Player of the Year award. So hats off to our Chelsea players for doing that. They were able to get those awards in Stamford Bridge. So that's a great moment in their career as well, and a great scene for the Chelsea fans as well at home. So we had 11 shots at the goal. We also had 6 shots. I mean, Zenith had 6 shots compared to us. We had 2 shots on target compared to the same, Zenith as well. They also had 2 shots on target, and out of which one got converted to a goal from Lukaku. There was one close opportunity for Zenith where it could have led to Eduardo Mendy being injured. Um, I I was actually worried when Mendy was not getting up. So I thought, you know, I don't want Aspi to actually, Kepa to actually play the game. So in a way, Mendy was able to recover, and we were starting to see the old Mendy again in a few minutes. So all good there. Okay, we've got Amaya as well on the chat. Thanks, Amaya, for joining in. So like I told you guys, this is an open forum. So if anyone would want to like join in and have your say on this particular game, please, access this particular link on the chat and then join us and let me know about this game. I was also observing a lot about ZH getting a lot of stick after the end of the game. To be honest, yeah, I am a ZH fan. Yeah, he did not perform to the expectation that we had on him. But then um, at this is how I put it, right? He's just come out of an injury. We saw Aston Villa players um, targeting his shoulders continuously in the previous game as well. So that is going to obviously play in his mind when he started playing against Zenit as well. So I'd suggest give him a couple of more games to try and get the best out of him. So um, Ziyech was not at his best, but it is kind of unfair when you compare, Ziyech getting a lot of stick at the same time. Mount, on the other hand, also did not perform as much as what we would expect from him. He did float in a lot of crosses to Lukaku. None of it found Lukaku at all. Like all of them went to the stands, and that's not a great thing as well, right? So if at all you were to give a stick to a player, you'll have to make sure that you're being consistent at that. So CH and Mount, both of them did not play to their best of abilities yesterday, and let's be honest about it. But otherwise, Reece James as well did not contribute that much on the defensive work rate. His work rate seemed to have somewhat dropped in the last game, in the Zenith game. it could be because maybe he had a red card and then he's just come into this game and probably he's trying to settle in as well. Maybe the next game we could see better performance from Reece James, but then it's not a concern at this point in time. But then he was quite slow in tracking back as well, so I felt um Ziyech was not at his best also. Yeah, but kept his best for the end. Correct. Yeah. Ziyech deserves criticism, but I agree with you, Vijay. Yeah, he deserves criticism, obviously, because he's not been performing consistently. His injury also in the last season did not allow him to show what he could bring to the table as well. But you know what? Why not give him a couple of more games to see if he is the player that we would want in the team as well, right? This is the first time he's combining with Lukaku as well, and um, the prospect of Lukaku and Ziyech combining is what we were like hoping to see in the game. Um, yeah, it did not work well in this game, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to work in any other game as well, right? So why not give him a top, a couple of other games as well to understand when he plays with different opposition, maybe he can break this particular issue because see. Ziyech is very good at providing assists, and Lukaku is very good at finishing, right? All that I'm trying to do is trying to understand if we can combine both of it and make a lethal combination out of it. Yeah, the first time it did not work in this game, but then it's still a Champions League game, and it's still there. We are playing against the Russian champions, and they've been consistently Russian champions from the year 2018, which means they're coming. They're going to come into this game with a lot of confidence, with a lot of game time playing together. The team was actually well structured by Sergei Samak, if I have to be honest. Though they played in a different formation, they kind of had a good structure to the team. And it was not like as if it kind of felt that we were playing against a Champions League opponent. So hats off for Zenith for doing that, coming into Stamford Bridge. Big up Amaya. Uh, Mount performed much better than Ziyech. He won a lot of balls and turned his man thrice, but I hear you about crosses. Lukaku, he did send him through once and Alonso too. Yeah, see, Ziyech was the way that Ziyech was providing the corner kicks as well. That was kind of impressive because once it would have actually gotten into the net. So in terms of how he took the crosses, it was good. To be honest, yeah, he was not able to find the right. He was not able to find the man, or maybe our strikers were not in the position to finish it off. But then his crosses were actually, when I say crosses from the corner, it was the set pieces were taken quite well by Ziyech, and it was quite lethal as well. Um, Coming to it's a good thing that you've talked about like he won a lot of balls and turned his man thrice in terms of when it comes to Mount. Yeah, he did turn thrice. He did make those contributions, but then we also know that Ziyech also did it once, but he was not able to take the shot towards the left side of the D line. He ensured to take. He made a very good turn and then he tried to finish it, which did not happen eventually. But we also have to understand that Ziyech's shoulder is not to the fittest, and it's very important for a player when he makes those turns. His shoulder should be as complete, I mean, as fit as possible, right? So that could also, indirectly contributed to the reason why he was not making those, turns, turning the man around, or being at his best, right? When he plays inside the box. I'm not trying to defend Ziyech here. He deserves criticism, but then I also think it shouldn't be just Ziyech who should be criticized, if at all we have to. There are other people who did not play well as well in the game, so why not talk about Mount as well? He was not at his best, and he has not been at his best from the start of the season as well. So I mean, if yeah, again, consistency, Ziyech's consistency is far worse than Mount, right? Mount has been better. We've seen the level that Mount can perform in Chelsea's shirt. With Ziyech, we've not seen that in Chelsea's shirt at least. We've seen that with Ajax, but then we've not seen that at Chelsea. So it does make sense to speculate if Ziyech is the right fit for Chelsea. but it also, we also have to give a bit more time to a player who's recovering from his injury. We cannot expect the same sort of gameplay from a player who performed before the injury to come in right in and settle down and play again the same way that he was playing before that injury. And to be honest, he doesn't look fully fit. So if at all he has to go through a surgery, he has to. And there's no use in trying to evade his surgery. Honestly, if surgery is important, he has to do it, and there is no use in him playing with 50% or 80% fitness. That's not going to help us. He has to be 100% fit. So let's see how that transpires. All in all, most underwhelmed. So I kind of agree. Yeah. Okay. So coming back to the player ratings, right? For me, the man of the match was Lukaku. The reason being, I've just witnessed a season from Chelsea where people were not able to find the back of the net. We had Jorginho being the top scorer with 5 goals in the Premier League. So that's the sort of that's the sort of position we were in the last season. When I see someone who is able to finish that ball in the back of the net, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that is sort of player that we were looking for, and that is the reason why we're getting these wins as a result. So I'd go with Lukaku being the man of the match, and he in my books gets a 9 out of 10. And Eduardo Mendy, he didn't have a lot of saves that he had to make, if I am to be honest, except for that one save, where he got himself injured, but then he didn't have a lot of saves to be made. So it's an 8 for him. Rudiger and Asti were very good. Rudiger made a very important save. If that was if the shot was actually taken, it would have. I mean, the shot was actually taken, but then the block from Rudiger ensured that it did not go into the goal. So he did contribute a lot. So Rudiger gets 9 probably, and on the defense, who else? Aspi gets an 8. He was making important contributions, and he provided the assist as well. So he gets an 8. Thiago Silva, he came in for a few minutes, but then he ensured that the defense was perfect and was in the right shape. Right shape. So he gets a 7. Christensen was as well very solid at the back. He's just 24 years old, Danish international, ensuring that the defense is being very strong in the Champions League games. So hats off to Christensen for his performance. So that is in a 9 for me when it comes to Christensen. And Reece James was low, so he was not looking his finest yesterday, if I'm to be honest. So that's a 7. And Chilwell, it was it was an encouraging thing for us to see Chilwell, even if it is for just 10 minutes. He came in and he played from 81 to 90. So it was nice to see him play, though there was not a lot of contribution from him. So a 7 for Chilwell. And Marcus Alonso, a 7 again. His contribution was not something like was known in the game, right? So he was there in the game. He ensured whatever needed to be done was done from his position. But there was nothing that sort of a magical moment or spur of strike, something like that, right? So he gets a 7, and the double pivot. It's very important when we talk about the double pivot. Jorginho and Kovacic has a very good understanding of the game entirely. Jorginho was trying to cover the defensive aspect of things, and Kovacic was trying to move, dribble past Zenith's player and play a bit more defensive. And he had a good offensive understanding of the game. So Jorginho gets an 8, Kovacic as well an 8. Mason Mount gets a 7, ZH a 6. Mm, Kai Havertz, he gets a 7. He came in at 60 minutes. He ensured that he got, he performed a few tackles on the offensive line, creating those dangerous ball, breaking those lines as well. So good job from Havertz. He gets a 7, and Lukaku, yeah, a 9. So that's my score, guys. So Kova was great overall, but Lukaku is the difference. Yeah, Kova was great overall, true. But then, yeah, this game. See, it was as if a clash between two equals, though Chelsea's squad strength is far more higher than Zenith, but then it was as if kind of a boring game, right? If I have to put it. Um, both the teams were very good. I mean, very good structurally. They did not lose their shape so much as you would expect. So the game was actually going into a 0-0, if I'm to be honest with you. But that one difference in the score line was because of the goal from Lukaku. That's why he is special, right? So he's already scored 3 goals under Thomas Tuchel, and all the three in Stamford Bridge as well. I guess he's the leading runs. I mean, he's the leading goal scorer in Stamford Bridge under Thomas Tuchel. I guess the highest was 2, which he equalized in the last game, and then this game he got his third, which means he's getting his third home goal, which which puts him right up on the top. With no one sharing this particular record with him. And under Thomas Tuchel, he is the most number of he's got the most number of goals, which means that they've got this understanding, right? I mean Thomas Tuchel knows how to use Romelu Lukaku. That's how I put it. Yeah, it was disappointing to not see Werner in the game. Yeah, it was a five substitute game, but then still we did not see Werner. But honestly, there was no reason for him to come in as well because they were structurally strong and they did not play a high line. And if these things do not happen, I don't see the point why Werner had to come in and you know. Um, be of any use in that particular game. So yeah, Werner did not play. That's a bad thing. But otherwise, it's a clinical victory for Chelsea against Zenith. And let's not read too much into this game. And I've seen a lot of tweets, which is more negative, saying that the game did not go well for Chelsea. We underperformed this game. Yes, it's still a Champions League game, and it's still a Champions side that we are talking about. They've been continuously champions in the Russian league, though the Russian league is not as high in caliber as that of a Premier League. They are still champions of that league, and they're coming in as champions. So they will have obviously their confidence, and they would have been used to a structure, and that was very well seen in the games that they played against. They had, I mean, in the game that they played yesterday, because the structure they did not lose their structure at all. They kind of had the structure properly maintained and managed. Sergei Samak was doing a good job as a coach in the byline. Um, on the byline. So all in all, a great performance from Chelsea. Not a dominating one, but still a good result for Chelsea at the end of the day. And we got the 3 points that we needed the most. So let's just leave it at that and then move on to the next game instead of reading too much into the game. That's how I put it, right? We've got the 3 points. All that we have to do is go for the return leg and get the 3 points the same way. And we've got Juventus. Just do the same thing. Get those 3 points, even if it is a 1-0. It's still a victory for us. It might not seem to be the most entertaining football that we see under Thomas Tuchel, but then if you're getting those results, last year also we kind of had this complaint. A lot of Chelsea fans were feeling the game is not as entertaining as it should be. But then end of the day, the 3 points and the result is really what matters because when you lift those trophies, as a club, be it Champions Trophy, be it Champions League, be it the Premier League, all those trophies are because of these 1-0 victories only. Even if it is marginally we're getting those victories, it's still victories. You don't have to always go ahead and then win games like how Manchester City does with 5-0 and 4-0. 1-0 will still also get you 3 points, and 5-0 is also going to get you 3 points, right? So it doesn't really make any difference. All that matters is that we win at the end of the day. So we've done a professional job, and mission accomplished with our first game. We as defending champions of the Champions League ensured that we started defending our title with a win. So, guys, with this, we are coming to the end of the stream. We've got 30 more seconds. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Our next game is going to be against Tottenham. Son is getting fit for that game. We could see him playing in that game, and I'd appreciate. I'd be happy to see. Kante as well in the game if he performs. But if he is not match fit, really, we shouldn't. Or if he's not actually fit, we shouldn't risk him. It's fine if he, even if he takes a couple more games as a break and then joins us back. But when he joins back, he should be in full fitness. That is important for us in terms of we performing at the highest level for the entire season. Having said that, this is exactly what I had for the stream. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the game and probably ask for yours as well. So keep following our Twitter page, keep following my Instagram account as well. Everything is in the description. We've also started a new podcast in podcast channel. So it is available across Spotify, Google Podcasts, radio, and everything. So you can just type VJ for Sports in these channels, in these applications, and you'll be able to find our channel and the podcast talks as well. It's more associated with Chelsea and cricket. So yeah, you can find us there as well. So we've done a great job, guys. Up the Chelsea. Good job from Chelsea. Until the next game and the pre-match, review. This is Vijay signing off from you. Please share, subscribe, do whatever you have to do for the algorithm that helps grow the channel. Thank you all, and thank you everyone on the live chat as well for joining in and having your say and ensuring that you spend your time with me in this particular live stream. So thank you, Ankit, and thank you, Srihari, for uh, coming in and having a say. All right, peace out. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.